Good morning, guys. I was gonna do an early morning video. Y'all see that? Right there. There's a visitor in the garden. Let's run that off. But I was gonna do an early morning video before the sun hits the garden. It's supposed to be 99 degrees today. So there's not gonna be much gardening after the sun gets out. So we'll start over here. The corn's starting to tassel. And try not to step in any holes. We've got little, I saw cobs yesterday. Must be on the other side. And this was where our potatoes were. I've planted another round of green beans. And a little mushroom. I'm gonna pull out some of these weeds. It's a lot easier to see when it's not bright out here. And we have some squash that's still doing good. This is the yellow crookneck. These are our volunteer purple beans. Let's see if we see any. Where'd it go? There it is. Isn't that cute? And the corn, you see. Ah, there it is. There's a little cob trying to make it. Oh, good morning, Mr. Wasp. And I volunteer sunflower. We did get the, take my shoes off so they don't squeak. The sweet potatoes going. I still need to weed this area and put some more down in there. And this is our asparagus bed. You can see those have all grown. I think these are the seed pods for them. I'm not sure. Last year those didn't form, so I'm just going to leave them and see what happens with them. I'm not going to eat them. Our crookneck squash, I was trying to use this as a trap crop, but so far it's just nothing's really messed with it. So I'm just going to leave that there. We'll use the seeds from those two squash to save. And this is one of our volunteer tomatoes. It needs to be staked up. And I tucked some pumpkins down in there. And this is our Tabasco. Is that what you? Yeah. It's getting little peppers. And our zucchini that's in there. It's starting to wither away. So far we haven't had too much pest damage. More corn with tassels. Oop. And this is one of our volunteer sunflowers. Look at that. All the bees are happy with it. Can you see those? Very happy bees. Oop, stepped in a hole. And these were the peppers that we weren't sure what they were because I forgot to mark them. So it looks like bell peppers on this one. And those are hot, but I'm not sure what they are. And our celery. The celery over here is doing better than the celery on the other side. It's starting to, let's see if you can look down here. So that's its center seed stalk. So it's starting to go to seed. And we've got some okra and more Japanese beetles. There's some okra coming up right here. This is the okra I bought from the nursery. It's kind of hard to see everything. This is the okra. Those are the green beans. Those beans will be coming out. I'm leaving the last couple there for seeds, but they'll be coming out. And then this tomato actually is over here. It's just fallen. It needs to be staked up. And this is the Tabasco. That must be the lemon drop over there. These are definitely Tabasco. Or maybe they're, I don't know. I'll have to look. One of them's lemon drop and one of them's Tabasco. And you see where Have another little squash down in there that I'm going to leave that for seed. All these plants, you can tell they're starting to die around the edges, so they'll be coming out soon. This one's got a few left on it that I might be able to harvest. That one's got one down there I'll grab later. And a sprinkler. Let's see. Here we go. These are the okra that I actually planted by seed. They took a little while to get up. Aren't they pretty? They've got red in them. And then some squash it's trying. And we've got onions down there that I'm still waiting. These are banana peppers. I'm not quite sure what's with the crimpling on them. It's only those couple. This one looks really good. But some of them, I'm going to give them a good dose of fertilizer and see if that doesn't help. More squash. That's in between the okra, so we'll get those later. I've got a bunch in the house that need to be processed first. And a bunch of banana peppers that need to be processed. Another volunteer sunflower. Look at this wonky head. It's very strange looking, so we'll just see what happens with that. And then these are the lunchbox peppers. They're getting big. I'm waiting for them to start changing colors. And onions, look at some of the size of these onions. But they're still nice and, oh, put the leaf right in the way. Let's see, there we go. They're still nice and firm. So they've got a little bit more to grow. And the cucumbers are doing very well. Some calendula. Oh, I stepped in another hole. And the cucumbers are doing really good. There's a few that I still need to pick. I'll get those by the end of the day. Got a bunch in the house I'm making pickles with. And tomatoes. Let's see. Okay. More cucumbers. I've got a few that need to be gotten. The plant's starting to die a little bit, so they, depending on how long it stays 90 degrees, this plant probably won't make it too much longer. And there is, in this mess of plants, there's jalapeno peppers in there too. We've pulled the peas, and I did some lettuce seeds over there. And those are the habanadas, and they're starting to, there's a little one. And more squash. The squash is doing really well. I picked yesterday, and I have some in the house that I need to process before I grab these ones. And this is the mystery tomato that I wasn't sure. It looked nothing like any of the other tomato plants that I sowed. And I'm thinking it might be a Brandywine or what was that other one? I went to the nursery and matched the leaves, because these are called potato leaves because they look like the leaves of a potato compared to, let's see, these leaves. Those are like tomato leaves. See the difference? So I think it was Brandywine, and there was another one that had potato leaves. They were big slicers. So we'll just have to see. And this guy, this is the cherry tomato. I think this came from the mystery pack. And it's starting, you can see they're getting a little blush on them. We have a patty pan that's trying. More tomatoes. Look at this beet. I just left them. I don't know what else to do with them, so I left them. That thing is huge. Look, it's my hand. So we'll just see. And I haven't figured out, I do have some radish seeds to pull, but I'm not sure what I'm going to put in this bed yet after I pulled the garlic from it. And let's see, oh, our volunteer sunflower that doesn't have a head. It's just a big old plant. And we have little bitty cantaloupes. One of the cantaloupe plants, well, maybe two, actually made it. So I'm just nursing them. And more zucchini. And there should be watermelon plants. Yeah, little watermelons. We'll do better once I get that zucchini out the way. This is the other celery that started going to seed. I'm going to try to harvest seed from it. And we have 2 eggplants, and I'm probably going to pull them because they're kind of small and they're not doing much but pulling the plant down. There we go. There we go. And there's some little peppers. Look at the pretty things. And more lettuce that's going to seed. I haven't pulled the broccoli out yet. I was hoping it would go to seed, but instead it just it didn't. So, another round of beans and a little squash. And this is where all the peas were. So I still need to figure out what I'm going to put on this trellis. Now look at that bed. Look at those tomatoes. These are the Beauty Kings. And so far I've seen lots of blooms. We've got little itsy bitsy tomatoes, but I haven't seen any big ones. Let's look. Oh, there's one. That's a little rotten looking, so we'll pull that off. I don't know if that would be considered blossom end rot or not, but it's definitely no good. I don't see any. Oh, no, wait a minute. There's one. And they're supposed to be all kind of like tie-dye color. Oh, my hand's smoking now. The Swiss chard, I'm just leaving it. I'll cut it back when it starts to grow again. It'll be fine through the heat. This is where some of our garlic was. It needs to be weeded. And then we've got a couple sunflowers. A little squash down there. And then this is the 100 sweet tomatoes. I don't see any. Oh, no, there's a little one. And then we've got, these are the different type of, let's walk this way. Cucumbers. These are the Marketplace, I think is what they're called. They're not bad. They grow a lot slower than the other ones, so I like that. And another one of the cherry tomatoes. Let's step back so you can get it in all of its glory. Look at that. I don't see many turning red, but they will soon. They're starting. And we have some bell peppers in here, along with some zucchini. And the zucchini will be coming out here soon. And we had garlic in this bed. We had garlic in this bed. You can see that plant is about had it, so it's going to come out, but I'm letting, you see that? You got some, we got a spider now. But there's some squash bugs in those ones. And this one I'm going to use for seed, so I've been just leaving them, letting them do their thing. I'll pull that plant and harvest some seeds. These are all they were supposed to be all bell peppers, but somehow in the mix there are some hot bananas, I believe, is what they are. They're hot. So, you can see the birds have been here this morning. And more bell peppers. And again, it was supposed to be all bell peppers, but it's not. That's just how things work sometimes. This is another that I'm using for seed. Just letting them get as big as possible. And this is, what are y'all? Y'all are the Heat Masters or the Bella Rosas? One or the other. But they're doing good as long as the birds stay off of them. Let's see. I have some nice looking ones. We're going to throw a bird net over them. The two that were right here didn't make it. Oh, no. There's one right there. And one right there too. Right there. So we'll see if they get bigger. And these are the zucchinis. These are going to be coming out. They're basically done for. The strawberry bed has the onions in it. It needs to be weeded really bad. And I'm going to do that as I pull the onions. You can see some of the onions are starting to fall over. So as I pull the onions, I'll pull the weeds. Oh, look. This guy, that's from compost. That's a loofah. There's another one. So that bed will look better next time. On the Roma tomatoes. They haven't started turning red yet, but they're doing really good. And these are the natapinos. And they're, that one was dying. I'm going to be harvesting them. I'll make jalapeno poppers with them, but since they're not hot, the kids like them a lot better. There's not much going on this bed. We got some onions and then a couple of bell peppers that have been tucked in. The basil's finally made an appearance. Oh, look, there's a little sunflower. Using that guy for seed. Oh, what did I step on? Crawled right across my foot. Scared me. And then more cucumbers. Let's go up here. Just drop it over. And wrap it around. There we go. So that's the garden. We got some pretty flowers going. The trees are tired. So we're gonna get some water to the garden before this sun hits it. See if we can't keep it nice and cool. Oh, let's go look over here real quick. Cause I think, let's see. Ooh, another spider web. Ooh. Now see that? That means there's a hornworm somewhere over here. Let's see if we can't find him. Where are you at? Might have to come out with a UV to find him. I don't see him right off the bat. Looks like he went, oh no, that's tomato plant too. Oh, I was gonna say, it looks like he went after the sunflower. And those are starting to open. I don't see any poop. That's usually the easiest way to find them. Oh, keep stepping on stuff and it's freaking me out. Let's see. No, I don't see any. We'll find them though. But look. So they'll be ready later today. You hear our hawk? Let's see. And that's basically it. Everything's trying to survive. It's been hot here and keeping the garden watered. And hopefully all those are planted. I know the trays are still sitting there, but something flew in my ear. Everything's doing good. Just trying to survive this heat wave. It's been hot for a couple days. So we're gonna let y'all go and we'll see y'all next time. Hopefully you stay cool and your garden makes it through the heat. And see y'all next time. Bye.